With William, I don't think so. I think he's as stubborn as Harry, but I also think he values and wants to protect his family as much as Harry does. And what Harry wrote in his book put his family under threat. Hi. If Prince Harry ever gets sick of being Prince of Montecito, he could always be a carpet layer. I'm talking about the level of detail that described the private areas of Clarence House, Buckingham Palace, and to a lesser extent, Prince William and Princess Catherine's apartment in Kensington Palace. I'll start off with Clarence House because I think that's the best example of it. So Prince Harry and Meghan were going to meet Prince Charles and Camilla for the first time. They were going to have an afternoon tea, first formal sort of introduction of Meghan. And it's described in a really lovely, happy, light way. It was obviously a beautiful day. Meghan looked gorgeous and she had a gorgeous dress on, and it just seems lovely and romantic and building up to a really beautiful family moment. So it's all good. The vibe's all good. So they get to Clarence House and they go up the stairs, and that was when, if it was a movie, I felt like when I was reading it that the music would have changed. And I'm going to paraphrase because I don't want to directly quote this from the book, but to paraphrase, all of a sudden it goes into a level of detail that is strange. It's like, for example, 3 steps here, 12 steps to here, up 3 steps, turn right again, turn left, go up. You know, it was, if you were sort of reading it carefully or listening to it, you felt like you could sketch out a floor plan. That's why I was making the carpet layer comment. So that was strange. And I'm not suggesting there's anything untoward or anything like that. It's just my subjective personal opinion. But I just thought it was unwise. At the very least, it was unwise. I don't think that that's fair or affording your family the level of security that you're demanding for yourself. The second sort of jarring moment where that happened was when Meghan and Harry were actually constructing their leaving statement, their final statement. And they were in Buckingham Palace and they were with their staff and they were working all day hard trying to word this statement. You can imagine that would have been a pretty tough day and a pretty tough job. And again, Harry goes into a private area to collect a little gift for the staff, and it seems unnecessary, the level of detail. Particularly what made me go, oh, was when he said he walked through big double doors and he relayed that was where the family have pre-Christmas cocktails before their Christmas lunch. And I thought, I doubt whether this would be an area that many people go into or would know where they have pre-Christmas drinks before their Christmas lunch. Maybe it doesn't matter. But to me, it mattered. And the final thing was, and this is where if I was Prince William and Princess Catherine, this is where if I had young children and were as vulnerable as they are to the, dangerous attentions of people, this is the moment where I would never let him into a private space of mine again. Never again. When he went to visit them, and it was sort of set up as a narrative of they had everything and they had nothing. It was when they were still in Nottingham Cottage and nothing more suitable had been created for them as yet, although I've got something to tell you about that. It's a single sentence in the book that many people have skipped over. And so they go to Prince William and Princess Catherine's apartment and they describe entering, and it's a very have-not thing being set up because he describes the priceless art on the walls and he describes the walk down the hall down into a private sitting room area where they like to hang out. And not much detail, but reverse it. If Prince William and Princess Catherine visited them in Montecito, went home, imagine they had some sort of tiff, and went home and decided to publish a book. And then they described entering their Montecito home and going down a hall and describing the art on the walls, and then describing where their favourite sitting room is, where they like to hang out as a family. Don't you think we would hear the yells and screams of outrage from Montecito in Australia? Don't you think we would have no doubt how offended and appalled and what a breach of security it would be? You see, it doesn't add up, does it? There's one rule for them and there's another rule for everybody else. And honestly, I think it's those descriptions of those private areas, not to mention private moments between the brothers, that has killed William ever trusting him again. I can see a road back with Prince Charles, because I think parents are different. Parents will love their children even when they don't like them very much. They'll still love them and they'll still try their best to find a road back, a private road back between Charles and Harry. I do think that that's possible, actually. But with William, I don't think so. I think he's as stubborn as Harry, but I also think he values and wants to protect his family as much as Harry does. And what Harry wrote in his book put his family under threat.